boxing fans, boxing critics, and boxing analysts. RENE Box Young, salute from the South. One love. Thank you so much for your support, liking, subscribing, sharing, collabing. You know, it's so fun, man. I'm having a ball, man. Collaborating on other chats, other lives, in the boxing community. It's awesome, man. One love, man. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I want to get right to this topic, man. Tank is not a happy camper. He ain't happy. Man, this is not... I mean, I'm not going to go through all the things that are being said in social media, what legendary Floyd Mayweather, recently said. I mean, I'm going to, just kind of refer to it. I don't have to go to the sites, to their profiles and things like that. What Tank put recently concerning Floyd Mayweather training Devin Haney. What Devin Haney's posting his pictures and videos of being trained by legendary Floyd Mayweather, because you guys already seen it all, you know what I mean? I don't want to go back and dig that up. I mean, I just want to give my perspective and point of view concerning this situation. I've been also, pumping out videos, not too much, but I do, touch upon the point of, Tank Davis, man, that, you guys remember a long time ago how, Tank Davis has had issues with Floyd Money Mayweather, where this was a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken, he would be expressing, not being satisfied with Floyd Money Mayweather. He has put in Twitter various times, this generation, guys, they just twit away, you know what I mean? I mean, their emotions, they just throw out on social media for the world to see, and that's just the generation we're living in. And Tank Davis is the type that does that. He just posts, what he feels, and he expresses what he feels and thinks at the moment, which it's typical for young people to do that. You know what I mean? He's an adult, he's a grown adult, but at the same time, he's quite young. So, and he accustoms to do that. He's accustomed to doing that. And years ago, some time ago, we noticed the pattern. We have, the world discovered, the boxing community discovered the pattern of Gervonta Tank Davis not happy and or not satisfied with Floyd Mayweather Jr. on how he, manages Tank. You guys know it. I'm sure you've seen it before, okay? Again, we're seeing it again in this sense, in the light of, Floyd Money Mayweather training Haney, the dream. Wow. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I discussed, or on social media, or I have posted in a video, mentioning this. I think Tank Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis, I think he would lose against Haney if they were to fight. Haney is really, really focused. I mean, I've talked about this, how you see these young cats, these young champions, some are just completely dedicated. I made a recent video about Ryan Garcia also, okay? He has flaws, Ryan Garcia, right? But he's just training. He's dedicated. You don't see him living that party life. Same with Devin Haney. We know, you guys know that, Floyd Mayweather has been, in relations, as far as with professional, boxing relationship with Devin Haney for a long time. So I don't see a reason for Tank to be mad at that. Now, the thing here is that, look at guys, this is the thing, that Tank, he has had for several years, ever since he's been signed to Mayweather Promotions, he has had, guys, the diamond opportunity in his hands to learn, under the umbrella of legendary Floyd Mayweather, man. He has had the opportunity, but it seems like he's not taking advantage of it. Like, he's throwing it away, because you guys know why. And I've been saying this, guys, that his lack of discipline, his the way he lives his life, man. It's just like he doesn't care, or he's not taking advantage of it. I mean, I see it as, obviously, Gervonta Davis comes from the hood, whatever. It's just a scenario I'm thinking, it's just something to figuratively speak about, like, to give you an example. It's like a rich boy, living in a wonderful mansion, and it's kind of like a rich boy growing up, in the perfect neighborhood, perfect parents, and he turns out being, he ends up being an average Joe, not taking advantage of the opportunities that his parents insisted, on him growing up. That's kind of how I see Tank Davis with Mayweather, that excuse me, Tank Davis is not taking advantage, man. Look at guys, you guys gotta understand. As much as we love or hate Floyd Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, he has a lot of experience, you guys. A lot. Okay, example, Oscar De La Hoya, how he has been bringing up Canelo. Canelo is a major star in boxing. Even though I don't really favor Canelo's trajectory, I have been saying it. I think I'm the only, and I've been saying it, I'll say it again. I think I'm the only Mexican who's saying this. I live in Mexico. That's why I always say shouts from the South. All right? I've said this time and time again, and I'm not a Canelo hater. I love him. Amazing skilled fighter. I always say that before I even try to criticize him. It's kind of like, so like I'm saying, I'm the first Mexican to say this, that I don't favor Canelo's trajectory or how they're guiding him. That's why, okay. But Oscar De La Hoya, this is my point. Oscar De La Hoya and his experience in pro fighting, legendary Oscar De La Hoya as a fighter. I'm not talking about as a businessman, no, not as Golden Boy, whatever. Promotions. I can care less about that aspect. But as him as a fighter and his experience, he's wise. Oscar De La Hoya knows how to bring up his fighters so they can be superstars or whatever, right? Now, that's why Canelo is who he is now as a fighter, guys, because, a lot of people discredit Oscar De La Hoya, and I do too, okay? With a lot of things he has done, really shady, whatever, right? Behind the scenes, you guys already know, right? But, Canelo is a star who he is now because, thanks to Oscar, guys. We got to face the facts. How he brought him up, okay? He got him at the right time. He got he got Canelo at the right time. Young, really light-skinned. Guys, I've explained this also a long time ago in one of my lives about marketing. It's a business, guys. Good-looking young guy, light-skinned, especially a Mexican, light-skinned, redhead. That sells, man. That sells, you guys. Look at Oscar De La Hoya in his. I don't want to get off topic, but look at Oscar De La Hoya in his up-and-coming when he was a fighter. Light skin, Chicano guy. I don't even think he was born in Mexico. Okay, that's another topic. But light skin, good looking Latin American guy. Cute. He had millions of followers. A lot of them just because his looks. Ryan Garcia, we see the same thing. Okay, but the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because Oscar made Canelo a superstar. Yes, Canelo has a lot to do with it, with his skills and stuff like that. But the way he brought him up. Now, Tank has the same opportunity, and it seems like he's losing it, you guys. It looks like it's fading away from his palm, from his hands. Like I said a moment ago, that diamond, it's slowly being taken away from that opportunity that Gervonta Davis has in his hands. It's slowly being taken away. Because Tank is not taking advantage, man, of the wisdom that Floyd Mayweather has. Excuse me, of the business in the sport of boxing. He complained about it a long time ago. Tank complained about it, a long time ago, time and time again. Oh, it's Floyd and this and that. They're not looking out for me and this and that. Y'all know what it is. Now, it's kind of complex because the thing here is that, Tank Davis. That's just how I see it, guys. I guess I can make it simple. He's just not taking advantage of what Floyd has offered to him years ago, ever since he got signed. I think a lot has to do with it because of Tank Davis's immaturity in his mind or lack of discipline. He just doesn't want to, subject to Floyd and being brought up. Now, there's another argument, and which is it's an interesting and important point to also note that then Tank, if he's not satisfied, to just leave. Mayweather Promotions, leave, bro, and be independent. You know what I mean? An independent agent. And then someone's bound to sign you. And give you the fights you want, or I don't know, man. It's a complex situation, but that's what I see happening. Okay, and Devin Haney is taking advantage of what Floyd is offering. And I think that's awesome. And Devin Haney, man, sky's the limit with him, guys. Sky is the limit, and he's another one of my favorite young cats champions. Tank Davis is also, but I'm not satisfied. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Tank Davis, man. That's all I can say about that. I'm disappointed in Tank Davis. It just seems like, I don't know, man. Now this can serve. Okay, all this that's going on can serve as a motivator as a motivator for Tank Davis to train even harder, because he said recently in social media he's better alone. He's better alone. He doesn't need, in other words, he don't need Floyd Mayweather. That's what he's saying. And he was going to train in Las Vegas, whatever, right? Now it's not going to do it because he saw Floyd Mayweather training Haney. You know, I mean, maybe this can serve as a motivator for Tank Davis. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll serve as Tank Davis to train even harder now and to show the world, hey, I can do this on my own for real. If that's going to happen, awesome, you know? But I kind of don't see it happening, guys. I mean, I'm really disappointed in Tank Davis, man. How he's living, got in a car crash recently, whatever, right? Hurt his hand or whatever. I mean, it just doesn't look good for Tank, guys. Doesn't look good for Tank, unless he shapes up. Like I said, this can be a point in his career and in his life. I'm saying his life in general, his personal life, where he has to cut off people that aren't helping him out. I mean, I've said this before, guys. People around him, people in his camp who aren't helping him, he got to cut them off. People in his team. He has to cut people off, man. You got to cut the cord sometime, eventually. When you grow up, guys, you know, when we grow up as adults and we mature and we get wiser in life, we start cutting people off, man, because we start realizing the truth of people around us. You know, they're just leeches sometimes. Some people are just leeches. You got to cut them off. They're just fair-weathered friends where they're just around when the good times and the bad times, they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So Tank Davis has to realize, I hope this really, you know, opens his eyes. You know, I really hope this opens his eyes, because I have been disappointed in Tank, man, recently in the past year or so with the way he's carrying out his personal life. You know what I'm saying? It's his life, it's his personal life, whatever, but, you know, I care for fighters. You know what I'm saying? Time and time again, I explain this, I break this down in my videos, you know? And for the love I got for Tank, you know what I mean? Being one of my favorite fighters, and, you know, he's a young cat, man, and I really hope he's guided the right way, or he just, you know, he tightens some screws in his head, man, and you know, wakes up to these things, you know, because this is reality. Look what's going on. I mean, how much worse can it get with, you know, something like this in the perspective of Tank, that, you know, your own manager is training the opposition. I mean, it's like, whoa. And then recently, you guys saw it, Tank said he'll fight Floyd. I mean, you know, that's the thing. I'm not, you know, that's the thing that's not, it doesn't fly, you know what I mean? Now Tank is talking about fighting his own manager. I mean, that's where okay, it reminds me of Ryan Garcia, going back to that. I mean, there's so many similarities that Ryan Garcia also recently talked to, you know, there was a little conflict some time ago about not being happy with Oscar. You know, now, but he didn't get to the point saying he wants to fight Oscar. But here, Tank is talking about fighting Floyd too. I mean, that's where you gotta say, you know what I mean? You know what, Tank, just leave, bro. If you're not happy, I mean, he has a lot of talent. He has an amazing potential. He's a star. You know, Ellerby has said time and time again, star status. You know what I mean? But if Tank doesn't follow his superiors, I mean, where's that star status gonna? What's that star status? Brightness, you know, brilliance might fade away. You know, he's at a critical point in his career, Tank. You know what I mean? He has to think what he's going to do, you know, and maybe he can come back to Floyd and say, you know what, Floyd, I'm sorry, man. I really want to take things serious now. But it's all Tank's decision, man. So he has to cut people off around his life, man, and just get his head straight. And that party life ain't going to take you nowhere, man, with this boxing career, man. This ain't no game, man. So, I mean, yeah, so we'll see what this turns out to be. Big ups to Haney, man. Big ups to Haney. Sky's the limit with this guy, man. Sky's the limit with Tank, but he's just not. It just seems like he's not taking care of what he should take care of and do what he should do in order for Sky to be the limit. You know what I mean? So, and all these other young champs, man, who are just dedicated to the craft, man. I mean, I love it. So, man, Rene Boxing, comment below. What do you guys think? Share this, guys, with the community. What do you guys think about this, man? So, I mean, so we'll see. It's interesting stuff. Rene Boxing, salute from the South. Peace, family. Love you guys.